Hello and welcome to the 80s-ist Hair Metal minigame, the podcast that uses your votes to determine the most totally hair metal song ever to play in a Canfield, Ohio salon, while our friend Dan Knapp had his mullet carefully and gently permed. In Cleveland, Ohio, I'm Keith Marsteller, and joining me from Seattle, Washington, it's the creator of the 80s-ist. He's my longtime friend. He's my co-host. And in the 80s, he had a mullet, but had the good goddamn sense to leave it straight. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Wack. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Keith. Listen, I have to correct your opening there.
Well, this is unprecedented. Okay, what did I get wrong?
I had a perm.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, like Dan, you had a permed mullet?
Oh, God, no.
Wait. So it was two separate haircuts? 'Cause you had the mullet.
Yes. Well, three.
Three what?
Three separate haircuts.
All right, hang on. You lost me. Can we get some clarification here? Three? What?
All right, so, in high school, junior year, I tried growing out my hair.
Right. I was there.
Couldn't deal with the hair in my eyes, so I cut it off in front and had the,
the mullet. Yeah.
Yeah. Then before I started at Kent, I wanted, I wanted to make a change.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, new school, fresh start.
Oh, sure.
So
why not? Yeah.
I got my ear pierced, and I got a perm.
Now, how long did that last?
I don't know, pretty much just through my first semester.
Okay.
It started growing out, and I clearly realized I didn't want to double down on that look.
And what about the earring?
I got infected because I couldn't stop touching it, so I had to take that out.
Of course. So then...
So, I grew my hair out again over the course of my sophomore year. Once again, I got really tired of hair on my face.
Forgot how bad the mullet looked the first time. And...
Right, yeah. And I grew another.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a good haircut?
No.
No. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I like your hair now.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Listeners
100%
can't.
true, by the way.
All of that is true.
All of that is true. I read your opening and was like, oh, gotta correct that. I mean, so we didn't hang out that much my freshman year. I mean, a little bit, but not that
Well,
much.
I mean, we saw each other in passing at the radio station for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, you had a whole life over at small group.
Yeah.
And I was busy with the theater department.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we were stayed friends, but we were exploring our new identities.
Right. So you don't remember the perm at all?
I remember you with the feathered hair in the front and the long mullet in the back, right?
Okay.
Basically your senior photo.
Yes.
I remember that look. And I mean, I know, obviously, I hung out with you the summer before, because I came home.
Right.
So we hung out in the summer while you were growing, whatever you were growing. I just don't remember the perm for some reason.
Here's the thing: is there are no pictures of it. I don't believe any pictures exist. It is lost to history.
Like, was it a relaxed perm, or was it?
It wasn't like a tight perm. Didn't have like Jerry curl in there and stuff.
Like Dan
it wasn't like
kind of
that.
had it really tight.
No, it was kind of like loose, kind of wavy, kind of
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I just thought your hair was naturally wavy. I don't know.
No, man. It was just it was just so ill advised.
Wow. Okay.
But again, I was like, it's a new start, new me.
Yeah. No, I mean, everyone kind of has that vibe. I didn't change my look. I just changed my personality completely.
There you go.
So that. Well, welcome back to the 80s-ist, everybody.
Welcome back.
Today it's our 53rd show of Side B, and we're going to discuss these final two matchups that'll complete the first round of our hair metal region, and then things are just going to take off from there. So,
yeah, at lightning speed, we're going to ride the lightning.
That's right. Yes, thanks for getting in character for this, Joe.
Yeah.
And so we got 2 matchups for you, and we're gonna bring them to you. I got to give this one to you.
You're metal, dude.
You just were so metal right there. I had to give it to you.
Thank you.
And I should have separate. I'm just too lazy to make them. I should have a separate metal tail of the tape. But here we go. I don't. Bye.
2 songs enter. 1 song leaves.
It's the tail of the tape. He's out.
All right, first matchup starts off with number 7 seed, Wait by White Lion, which is from their album Pride, released on June 1st, 1987. Wait charted at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 in May of 1988.
And in this corner, 10 seed, I'm the Man by Anthrax is from their EP, I'm the Man, which was released December 8th, 1987. Now, the song itself did not chart in the Hot 100, but the EP made number 53 on the Billboard 200, which is an album ranking chart. So it was a popular, somewhat popular EP, and it only existed to make this song. So, I think most people will be aware of this song, but we're going to find out if you're not. Because if you don't know it, you will now, because we're going to play a little bit of each of these. So here is White Lion with Wait.
Wait, I never had a chance to lie.
The urgency. Wait!
Wait, just a moment before our love will die. 'Cause I must know the reason why we say goodbye. Wait, just a moment and tell me why. 'Cause I can show you love that you won't deny.
Oh, big chorus, big chorus. All right, that's Wait by White Lion, and now we're going to go
certainly is
straight into I'm the Man by Anthrax.
Like I stole your socks. Yo, man, what's the matter with you?
Get it the next time. I mean it.
Charlie, beat you beat. The only thing hard is the smell of my feet. So listen up, cause you might get dissed. Don't train the lizard or take a share. Damn. Come on, man, yo.
Watch the beat.
I'm the man. I'm so bad I should be the
late.
They drink the drinks they drag. Put my money in the bag. They cut their crack, they offer drugs. We don't do drugs, do you get off?
Meaning.
Point that's the beat. I'm on your kids, I'm in your face. Make you in a bottle, black and white. Step up, sucker, understand. Don't you know that? I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm bad. I'm so bad, I should be detention. I'm the man. For a heavy metal band raps a different way. We like to be different, not cliche. Well, they say rap and metal can never mix. Well, all of they can suck off.
Sexual organ located in the lower abdominal area.
Oh, man, it's dick.
All right, wow. That is I'm the man. Wow. Woo, that is one of the most different songs we've had on either side of the absolutely incredible. Let's find out how this garbage came to our door.
Constantly yelling, Steely Dan rules is not a musical identity, Joe.
To be frank, I'd rather listen to the death rattle of a puppy. Okay, so 2 very different tales here. Number 7, Wait, comes with 18 points. 17 from me, did not rank it. 1 point from you is your number 1
Number
seed.
1 hair
Number
metal song
1.
for me, and I'll talk about why later.
This is 100% your responsibility.
Meanwhile, 10 seed, I'm the Man, comes in with 20 points. And that's, it should be close. It's a 7v10 matchup. Joe bringing 3 of those points, and I did not have this ranked. I'll discuss why later, but this is 100% Joe responsibility. So we got a couple songs, very different sounding, and both highly ranked by one of us.
Yeah.
So let's find out what we feel about these songs before we start litigating.
That's the way it has to be, 'cause that's the way I like it.
Keith, I love this song.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's the way it has to be, 'cause that's
All
the way
right, Joe.
I like it.
Let's get started by getting your thoughts on number 7 seed Wait by White Lion.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah, I fucking hate that song.
That is awesome.
How do you feel about it?
Again, I try to stay as honest as I possibly can, and I love Wait by White Lion. Fucking love it. It's like the pinnacle of hair metal to me. We'll talk about it more.
All right.
But meanwhile,
How do you feel about I'm the Man by Anthrax?
I'm the Man. I was a huge Anthrax fan. Back in college, I had 2 different Anthrax albums. And I love I'm the Man. It's ridiculous. Perhaps it is too politically incorrect to like now. I'm not sure. Probably. How do you feel about I'm the Man?
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but I fucking love that song.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
Well, I'll talk more about why when we get down to the 2 arguments. Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, then, let's all rise.
All rise for honor.
Can you answer the question? That is a lucid, intelligent, well thought out objection. Overruled.
Oh, it's overruled, Joe.
Oh, no.
All right.
I thought this time.
So we're going to start off talking about the 7 seed, the favorite White Lion. And, I don't know if you knew some of the... You do know the song Wait, right? Like that...
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I remember it. It made literally no impact on me whatsoever in the 80s.
But you were aware of it. And
I was aware of it.
Let's see if you were aware of some of their... Play a couple of their other hits. One of them was a cover of the Golden Earring song Radar Love. And I'll jump in here. Ever hear that one? No? Didn't quite?
I mean, I know the original, of course. But I do not remember the cover. I'm sorry the cover exists.
That's all right. And then they also had a what I think was their biggest hit with When the Children Cry.
Oh,
and
boy.
this is one of those, like, you know, like tear-jerking songs. Like, listen to this.
Little child, dry your crying eyes.
Yeah.
How can I
I'm going to jump near the end here for When the Children... Let's see.
One united world.
Hit the chorus. Does this sound familiar to you at all yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And the children cry. Let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing.
Oh, man. I mean, the overwroughtness of this singing.
Have we become?
Just look what we have done.
All that we destroyed, you must build again.
Anyway, it gets prescient here. No more presidents, which we're at that point now.
Oh, shit.
All the wars will end.
Anyway, so that was the...
Wow. Will hair metal save the world? Maybe.
Stay tuned. So those were the other kind of hits. They had 3 of these top 10 hits. I believe When the Children Cry made it to number 3 or something like that.
We were so stupid back then.
So let's talk about Wait. And you
let's talk
can't
about it.
stand the song very much.
No.
This is a guy, Mike Tramp, who's the guy you hear singing. He's from Denmark. And Vito Bratta, the guitarist, is from Italy. But they formed in New York City, I believe. They're an American band.
international act.
An international act. And
Yeah.
now, I have in my notes that this might be the ultimate, I'm talking about here, might be the ultimate power ballad. It's not super slow, but it's definitely like a schlocky love song.
Yes.
You know, kind of like, wait, I never had a chance to love you. It's like, give me that second chance.
Sorry. I mean, what were you doing that you never had a chance to love her? I never had a chance to love you because I was busy. I had the dishes were piling up and I had to clean them and I couldn't love you. Right.
Now I only want to say I love you one more time. Now, so he goes from begging for another chance, then he throws an ultimatum down. It's kind of a weird mix lyrically. But it's a pretty simple song lyrically. I mean,
it is. I have this little bit that I dug up where it's a quote from Mike Tramp.
Okay, go ahead.
So he said, "There's almost no origin to that song. The story goes, Vito started playing the riff, and the very first word out of my mouth was wait. It's one of the simplest lyrics I've ever written, but it's also the perfect American FM song. It's right up there with Journey, Foreigner, and all those classic songs. Wait was just one of those songs that worked really well in the studio and for the video."
Speaking of which, the video.
The video.
Did you see it? Did you have thoughts on it?
Yes. So the video it's mostly a performance video, but there is you can't call it a story. But there's a woman in the video who is not in there where they're performing. She's out there in the world, but every time he says wait, she can hear him. And she turns around. She literally every time they show her, she's turning around to she says wait. She's waiting. Yeah.
And
constantly turning around. And then there's a couple shots of them together, but I don't know if they ultimately made it or if she's just constantly turning and then gets on the train and leaves.
It's not, they don't resolve that in the confines of the video, but
no. And then a couple of notes about Mike Tramp in the video.
Go ahead.
He does air guitar at one point, and it's like, why? There's guitarists around you. You're the lead singer. Why are you doing air guitar? And second, sorry.
Yeah, that's when he should pick up his mic stand, is what I was going to say. Start doing some mic stand gymnastics. But go ahead. What's second?
No, he plays air guitar. No, and then my last note in the video is, Jesus God, he's wearing tight pants.
It's the old Robin Williams joke. Wearing pants so tight you can tell what religion he is.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of...
Wow. It leaves nothing to the imagination.
Did you get a look at their hair, Joe?
I did. In fact, I have a rating if you're ready to do the rating.
I'm ready to do a rating, okay?
All right.
I've got them at, okay, Joe and I agree that they are 9 out of 10 cans. And I've upped the duration of our can spraying for when we get to a 9 situation or a 10. And this, wait, and there's the 9th can.
So here's the thing, like, a couple of the guys there, they went the full Diane Cannon.
Oh, yeah. That's a great reference, too.
It's this tight curls and volume.
Such volume. So the note that I wrote here, and it's one long rambling thing but about why I put this as my number one. They have the hair, clearly.
Yes.
They have this sound that is so produced. They've got all the high harmonies together. They've got that guitar sound that you want to hear. They have, they hit at that exact right moment for hair metal. Mm-hmm. They have all of this production. There's so much fucking echo in here in this song. Like, I'm just going to needle drop anywhere. The vocal processing on there it's stunning. Anyway, they have the catchy hook. They've got the simple lyrics. They got the riff, and for me, and it was a hit. It was not obscure. It was something I could pull out and say, "Hey, look," and people would not say this is a legacy band like they say with Def Leppard, right? Or this is too obscure a band like they might say with Dokken or something. But White Lion, massive hit, checks every box for hair metal in my mind. And so that's why I brought him in, if anyone was looking for a justification. And of course, one of the things I like to do with these hair metal tunes is, of course, needle drop the solo. And here we go. Take it away, Vito. Does a little finger tapping here in a second. Oh, nice high note. All right. So anyway, that's your solo.
That was guitar.
And then I do have a needle drop for 329 for the dramatic, definite ending. So here it is. The begging. He begs her. God, there's so much echo on that shit. And then, you know, the soulful finger picking at the end. All right, so that's what I have for this song. Joe, do you have anything else for White Lion?
Contempt?
Yes, I love it. All right, well then we will move on and we will talk about Anthrax first.
Yes.
And now I didn't talk to you about what you might want to play for their hits section, but probably my favorite song of theirs is when they teamed up with Public Enemy for Bring the Noise. Once again, back is the incredible Rum Animal, the Incredible D. Anyway, and it's the chorus sounds like. Matter than matter, the fact, corrupt like a senator, that is still pertinent. Anyway, indeed. That was kind of like the Run DMC Aerosmith on fucking every anabolic steroid on the planet. Taking Anthrax and Public Enemy and mashing that together for a great version of an already existing Public Enemy song. I don't know know if it was a big hit. It was a big hit to me.
Yeah. Fucking rocks, man.
It totally rocks. Bring the Noise, one of my favorite songs of, I think that came out in 90 or 89. Anyway, now I've got one on here that I don't know if you'll know.
Okay.
But it definitely needs to be played because they wrote an entire song mocking the idea of hair metal power ballads. And it's called NFB Dalavnikufison. And it's nice fucking ballad spelled backwards. All right. And I don't know if you've ever heard it, but they do a power ballad with the most inane lyrics you can possibly imagine.
Oh, God.
I'll let it play. I'm going to let this play a minute because it's fucking hilarious.
All right.
Love at first sight. I can't explain the feelings when I first saw you. We were so happy. A lifetime of love, sweet honey child. You'll always be mine.
So romantic. But then
I played the fool. I never meant to hurt you or sleep with all your friends. Oh, we reconciled, we found ourselves. Our love was meant
And then
to be. Oh, baby, can't you
they mock the entire idea of the power ballad guitar solo by playing a one chord solo. Now, I didn't mention this, but it's like less than a 2-minute song. So at this point, I'm committed to taking you all the way to the end.
I'm down with that.
All right.
You left me standing in the mud, crying to myself. A
Heart so full of pain.
But we fell in love again. This time forever. True love prevails over all. She got hit by a truck.
She got hit by a truck.
Joey, get me some tissue.
So, anyway, there you go.
Oh, my God.
Nice fucking ballad by Anthrax from their Attack of the Killer Bees album. They absolutely tore open a new asshole on all of the hair metal groups.
Yeah.
With that. It's so fucking
That is
great.
beautiful, man.
Absolutely love that. All right. So, Joe, you brought this song in. I'm going to give you first crack at it. What do you want to say about this guy?
Well, so all right. So this song, right? This came along at a time I've referred to before when I was really kind of trying to figure out my musical taste.
Yeah.
I'm like, casting around for some songs that are not your standard pop tune that appeal to me.
Yeah.
And this comes along and it's just, it was so my jam. It's fun, at the time it was so hilarious. I mean, it's entirely juvenile.
Yes. Well, a lot of their stuff is in that same tone and in that same genre. Yeah. And I laughed at it a ton. Now I'm afraid to revisit it because of how bad it might not hold up. But goddamn, it was funny to us then for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it also kind of rocked at the same time. It was
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like people who you can hear they have actual talent.
Yeah.
Yes. They're good musicians. They're clever. With their lyrics, they're doing things. They're taking metal and kind of having fun with it. They're having a lot of fun.
Definitely. Yeah.
So one thing I saw, because I didn't realize this, according to Charlie Benanti, he said the song was meant to have the Beastie Boys as the MCs on this, but
nice.
They had scheduling conflicts prevented it, so the band performed the vocals themselves.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Which I had no idea. I mean, I thought it was like, at the time, I thought it was like more of a parody of the Beastie Boys.
I thought they were kind of mocking the Beastie Boys.
Right.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
But apparently...
Because they sample them.
Yeah.
Yeah! You know, that, yeah, kick it!
Yeah.
Like, it's that, yeah, from the beginning of that song,
Right.
Fight for Your Right, that they throw in there.
Yeah.
There's samples all through there. You probably
Oh my God.
can name Sam Kinison right off
The
the bat.
Sam Kinison sample is one of my... Sam Kinison, you know, he was what he was, kind of a one-note guy, but that he had that sound, and they sampled a few times in here, which I love.
Yeah, right off the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are samples, and then the melody, if I let that play for a second, is the Jewish folk song Hava Nagila.
Right.
Nagila Hava, Nagila Hava. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. It had its sense of humor, and it was kind of, you know, rocking in the same time. So it was really just right up my alley. You know, I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
this is not really hair metal.
Well, that's where I'm going next with my next comment. Is the single is actually considered to be among the first rap metal songs.
Right.
So it was breaking down barriers, but just, you know, they're considered, Anthrax is usually slotted in the heavy metal genre,
right.
Which is why I didn't rank it. I love Anthrax, as we've already, I think, established. So I'm not mad at you for this one. I just felt like it didn't fit in it's like the square peg in the round hole kind of thing.
It doesn't. So this is one from my list, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list of hair metal bands. Anthrax is on there. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, you know what? If they're on there, I'm going to go ahead and put I'm the Man on here because I love that song. Boom.
And that's how we got here.
That's how we got here.
So, you know, I could talk about Anthrax even more. I would love to do an entire show on Anthrax. They did a song. They did so many great songs, but they did a song called "Starting Up a Posse," which is about the Parents Music Resource Center and Tipper Gore. And you know, it comes out and very explicitly says, like, we want to say words and you can't stop us from saying them, and refers to Tipper Gore in very unflattering vernacular.
Oh dear.
And anyway, you know, the only other band I know that did that was Warrant. Mm-hmm. They put a 40-second track on the end of their Cherry Pie album called Ode to Tipper Gore that just to piss off Tipper Gore, they put, like, I want to say, yeah, it's all swear words.
They kick ass.
They just edited them together.
Fuck. Tell them to fuck off. Fuck it. All right, here we go. I'll fuck her right there.
So it's just concert footage of them cursing, and they made it a 54-second track. So I was into telling Tipper Gore to, you know, mind your own business back then, for sure.
As all right-minded folks were.
Yeah. So anyway, Joe, that's what we've got. And do you have anything? There was no solo for me to drop a needle on.
Right.
And we were so into it when it was playing that I played pretty much all of it. But in the interest of fairness, I'll play like the last 15 seconds of it. Just, you know.
Sounds good.
A festival.
Fun, you stupid idiot.
I need more.
Joey Mel, he Mel. We are the kings and all shall hail. We're like the gun that is forever and will remain the hardest ever.
You know, I'm so bad. It's a crime.
Head kick. Not.
All right, there you go.
Oh, definite ending.
It's a needle drop. It's a definite ending for sure. But
yeah,
I'm ready to go to a verdict if you are.
Hang on one second.
Oh, you got something else. Go ahead.
We have not talked about their hair.
Oh, shit. You're right.
We missed their hair entirely. So the video, there's not much to talk about the video. It's a performance video.
Yeah.
There's lots of shots of the crowd and their fans. But, it's not your standard boring performance video. It's these guys having so much fun that I like it, even though it's performance video only.
Fair enough.
All right.
I grabbed a picture, like a stock photo of them, like to take a look, to familiarize it with their hair.
Okay. Where are you
and
sitting on hair?
I'm ready to give them, because they were of the same era, and I'm ready to give them. I'm giving them a 7. Joe's giving them a 6.
Yeah.
So we'll spray it out. They did have, I think, Scott Ian, the lead singer, is now bald, and
that makes sense.
But he had the permed kind of frizzy look.
Yeah.
That might be a natural look. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, I did forget to rate their hair there, and they did have it despite not having the sound. In fact, they appear to hate the sound of hair metal, given the songs they write to make fun of the hair metal bands. But obviously too soft for them. But
yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, I don't need very many bongos here.
All right.
But our favorite is a 7, which is odd. And so I'm going to go first. And despite my absolute adoration for Anthrax and everything they did back then, I'm going with Wait because to me it epitomizes hair metal, not because it is better than Anthrax, because it just isn't. So I'm going with probably a non-surprising choice for you here. I'm going with White Lion. How about you, Joe? You can do anything you want.
I hate that song so much, but I'm going to go with that song too. I'm going with Warrant and White Lion and Wait. Again, acknowledging that I'm the Man is not hair metal, Anthrax not hair metal, but God damn it, I want this is similar to me throwing some Spinal Tap at everybody.
Yeah,
it's I know what it is.
I think people are going to have some fun listening to this at least.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a 100 to 0 just because of the cross-genre problem.
Yeah.
Not because of the But who knows?
If you people are following our rules, kind of, it's gonna get stomped. But that's okay.
If you had known about Nice Fucking Ballad, and we put that almost could go in as a. So if you guys want to vote for Nice Fucking Ballad, make a comment that you're voting for that, and
No.
But anyway, that's Anthrax, White Lion, and now we're down to our final matchup in the first round, and
this is it.
Fight!
2 songs enter, 1 song leaves.
All right.
Okay, so number 2 seed, Dr. Feelgood by Mötley Crüe, is from the album Dr. Feelgood. Released on August 28th, 1989, the song was a big hit, peaking at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. It remains their highest-ranked single to this date and is Mötley Crüe's only gold single. Dr. Feelgood was ranked the 15th greatest hard rock song of all time by VH1.
Wow. Well, the challenger is seemingly lowly 15 seed, Kiss Me Deadly by Lita Ford, but it's a powerful song. It's from the album Lita and was released in 1988. Now, Kiss Me Deadly actually hit number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, so a pretty big hit.
Respectable.
And one piece of minutia that will be important here is that this song's video was placed on the New York Times' list of the 15 essential hair metal videos.
The fuck was going on at the Times that they put together a list of 15 essential hair metal videos?
They were
slow news day?
They were busy being a failed newspaper, Joe. Allegedly.
Well, I mean, currently, yeah, kind of.
Maybe. Yeah. So
they've got good company.
We are in the tail of the tape, so we're going to give you a little piece of each of these, and we're going to start off with our gargantuan 2C Dr. Feelgood. Wow. All right, that's a good taste of Dr. Feelgood, and now here's Lita with Kiss Me Deadly.
I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. It ain't no big thing. Late for my job and the traffic was bad. Had to borrow $10 from my old man. It ain't no big thing. I went to a party last Saturday night. I told you that story, it'd be alright. It ain't no big thing, but I know what I like. I know I like dancing with you, and I know what you like.
right, that's Lita and Kiss Me Deadly. So, that's what we've got. This is the matchup. Let's find out who brought this to our door.
Joe, your musical taste is so saccharine. I think that's what gave me cancer.
Keith, that song was so bad, I shit my pants.
Oh, no. Oh, dang.
All right, number 2 seed, Dr. Feelgood by Mötley Crüe, comes in with 8 points. 4 from me, 4 from you. It's completely joint responsibility.
It's one of those rare ones where we completely agreed on the seeding of that one, and there we are.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Kiss Me Deadly, it's a 15 seed. It's got 28 points. And 17 from Joe because of a lack of ranking, and it was number 11 for me. So that's 100% Keith responsibility for the Lita Ford. So now let's see. Joe, do what you like these songs. Well, let's start with Dr. Feelgood. Joe, where you come out on that?
So the first 30 seconds of the song, I absolutely love. After that, it's okay. I like it.
Okay, so it kind of loses
round it out
you.
to a strong like. How about you?
I like the song for Mötley Crüe. If I was kind of a Crüe fan back then, and I've seen the Crüe live, and this is in their top 5 songs for me, probably. It's and it hit right in that sweet spot of the very late 80s, summer before my second year in college. So Chad and I had our radio show, and this one got some play. So
I'm sure it did. How do you feel about Kiss Me Deadly?
Yeah, I surprisingly, I kind of like it. Okay. It's a decent hair metal song. How about you?
Yeah, it's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's okay.
But the thing I'm finding is the more I listen to it, it kind of it's starting to lose it for me. But it but it's got it's got that. I don't know if I dare call it iconic opening, but it does have that. Like I went to a party last Saturday night. Like everybody knew that opening back then. That was a big deal of a hit for a hair metal artist. All right, well, so we kind of are. Neither of us is turning handsprings over either of these songs, but we.
Right.
I also would not turn off one of these songs if they were.
Right.
On,
I mean, generally positive vibes.
Generally positive
towards both these songs. All right.
All right. Well, let's start arguing about these things.
All right, fight on it.
Can you answer?
And we'll start off. Joe, and we'll talk a little bit about Mötley Crüe.
Okay.
So here's where it's going to be one of these discussions where we discuss the nature of, are they hair metal enough or are they not? Because they had a ton. This is like their 5th album that this came off of, right?
Right,
Dr. Feelgood.
right.
And prior to this, they had hits with Live Wire, okay? Then the next album, that was from Too Fast for Love. Their next album was Shout at the Devil, which had, I think everybody, this is a very popular song. Shout, shout, shout at the devil. Their next album was Theater of Pain, that had a giant hit for them. Home Sweet Home, one of the original power ballads, right?
Yeah.
And then their next album, title track for Girls, 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 had those. Right? So these are very well-known songs. And then this album had Kickstart My Heart on it. Again, with kind of a motorcycle shifting kind of thing going on there. So they were no shortage of hits, and they'd been around since the early 80s.
Right.
And so I guess the question will be, will the audience consider these guys hair metal or not?
Okay. Well, I think we need to explore our feelings on that too throughout this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so the floor is open to talk about Dr. Feelgood, but this was a huge band back then.
Yes.
The Crüe.
This is one of the few things that you put up here that I knew well, and I actually owned this tape.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I didn't play it that much,
but
I definitely owned it, and I played it some. I have a very clear memory of you in Chad's dorm room. You had the poster for this up on the wall.
I believe Chad had it. I had the CD from the radio station. Didn't want it, and so they had a box of like stuff like that you could just take. Yeah. And this was in it, and I ended up having this album on CD because of that. And Chad had at least one Crüe poster, if not two. But yeah.
It was. I mean, it was. So that was WKSR was a college radio station with, and I dare say that your hair metal show was almost certainly very much an outlier. I don't know that they played much from the genre.
It was the only one. Yeah, it was the only show with that particular type of music, and we had a very small listenership of maybe like 30 people. Well,
I mean that's like 5 times what my show reached. So
awesome. Yeah. It was mostly people who were drunk after coming back from the bars or on their way home, would stop in a lounge and flip on the TV, and we'd be on like channel 2,
right,
playing in the study lounges, and a lot of drunk phone calls requesting all types of. A lot of people would call and request like heavy metal instead of hair metal. We were okay with that. So we kind of crossed between heavy metal and hair metal a lot. But anyway, this was played a lot. So I know Chad at least considered them to be hair metal. In retrospect, looking at the body of their work and the longevity, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe they crossed into the genre and then crossed back out of it.
So here's the thing: is the full body of Mötley Crüe? Yeah, maybe not hair metal. This album in particular, it was released in '89, which you have said, is the apex of the genre.
Pretty much, yeah.
And no matter, I mean, I think Vince Neil has a very hair metal voice.
He does, yeah.
And that's the thing for me.
It existed
what's
before
hair
the
metal
genre,
about this?
Right? But then when the genre existed, he fit it.
Yeah,
is what you're saying, right? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, and so maybe his style of singing was a prototype for a lot of these other bands. Like, oh, if I push this note through my nose, that sounds pretty great.
Yes. Oh man, and and if you've seen the band like in this video, perhaps
I have seen the video, yeah.
And do you have any notes on the video in particular, or do you?
Well, I mean, like my first note is racist, and then probably because this is a bunch of white guys doing a video about a Mexican kid who is dealing drugs.
Oh yeah, that's true, right?
And so, I mean, it's it's a little bit. And then my other note about the video is it's lots of fire. It's very fiery. There's so much fire in this video for no real good reason. They're not setting the drugs on fire, so
they have the car that they sing about, like with Jimmy painted on the side of it. Because Jimmy is Dr. Feelgood, right? And,
yes, Jimmy is.
Where do you come down on their hair score for this one?
Okay, so here's my hair score.
All right, Joe's got him at a 7. I've got him at around an 8.
Got it.
And there's a weird thing going on with the look of this band. There's a guy named, you might have heard of Mick Mars.
Mm-hmm.
They're a 4-person band. Everyone's probably heard of Tommy Lee, the drummer.
Everyone has heard of Tommy Lee.
Because of Pam Anderson and all that stuff. And Vince Neil is the lead singer. People have heard of that guy.
Yeah.
And then there's Nikki Sixx,
who everyone also knows.
And then, you're left with Mick Mars, who is weirdly way older than the rest of the band. They needed him for his guitar chops.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, it was fine. But now as we've hit modern day, he's up until a couple years ago, he's trying to perform. And he's I think he was getting close to, he's in his 70s at the very least, I think, while the other guys are in their late 50s or mid. And I saw them a couple summers ago in one of those kind of everything in the kitchen sink hair metal tours. A buddy, I went with him, and it went most of the day into the night. And Mötley Crüe was last, right?
Of course.
And it's dark, and the spotlight comes out for Mick Mars's solo on this song.
Uh-huh.
And it just spotlights his hands because they didn't want the audience to see how fucking old this guy has. He looks very Crypt Keeper-ish, And not long after, he retired from touring and has left Mötley Crüe, And he's still alive, I think. Okay. But it was just kind of he always had this kind of gaunt, kind of creepy, haunted look.
Yeah.
And now it's just amplified. But anyway, I kind of got off track there. So I do have a needle drop for the solo at around 3:10. So let's see if I can drop in on that. Here we go. And then we're back to the main riff. So there you go. That's a quick solo for you. Did you have anything else about the Crüe or Dr. Feelgood before we go to Lita?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm looking at a picture of recent Mick Mars, and wow, he looks, I guess, decrepit is the word I'm going to use here.
Yes, he is. I was incorrect. He's only 73, but try to picture either of our parents in front of 50,000 people nailing a guitar solo at around this age.
No.
And he's having tons of health problems, as happens when you get to your 70s. And,
I'm sorry to hear about that.
And repetitive stress injuries from jumping off of things, and
Yeah.
he's got back injuries and hip replacements. And anyway, do you want to give them? Did we give them a hair score yet?
We did.
Yeah. Okay.
I gave him a 7,
I gave him
8.
I meant to
land on 7.5.
Just making sure we did it. So 7.5 cans for those guys. I don't know if I sprayed it out, but there it is. That's a full.
Never have too much.
Full 7.5 cans. All right. So we've got Lita Ford, and
we do.
Here she is. In the past, coming into this, before her solo career, she was the guitarist for the Runaways.
She was.
And so Cherry Bomb, right? Joan Jett is in this group. And so Lita Ford is cranking out this guitar.
Fucking awesome. So there you go. So she is kind of legendary for having been in the Runaways, and you also know her from this massive hit song with Ozzy Osbourne. Let me jump ahead. So this is Ozzy's part.
Or this is her part. Ozzy comes in later.
It does not sound like Ozzy.
Is it love that's on my mind, or is it fantasy?
And then
Heaven is in the palm of my hand and it's waiting here for you. What am I supposed to do with a childhood tragedy?
And yeah, here's the chorus of that one. I think everyone knows this.
If I close my eyes forever, will it all remain unchanged? If I close my eyes forever.
Anyway, so that was a big, gigantic hit
Indeed.
from Lita, and that's the same album that Kiss Me Deadly was on, which we're talking about today. And so, what do you got on Lita Ford, Joe? How do you feel about this?
This song was not high on my radar. I remember it very clearly. Definitely remember the duet with Ozzy. Didn't own the album. Didn't really think much of it.
Right.
Did not make an impact on me whatsoever. And I don't know. I mean, like this song in particular, I'm like, for me, I'm wondering, is this more rock or is this more hair metal? And I can't quite make my mind up about that.
When she's in Runaways, it's very clearly like she's in a regular rock, skirting punk band, right?
Right.
And when she comes out on her own, it's definitely a vastly different sound. She's got a lot more, that Runaways sound is very stripped down and awesome. But this is like this built up, produced sound, and she's doing the hair thing, right? Did you see her hair on this?
Oh, I saw her hair.
And her outfit on this? Oh, my God.
I saw her outfit.
Yeah, wow. This is, we could give her a hair rating if you'd like.
Sure.
Yeah,
if you are.
Because she comes out, okay, for me, I had her at a 9. Joe had her at an 8.
Yeah.
So we're going to give her a full 8.5 can salute, which is a lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
And one more. There you go. There.
Last bit.
That's the extra. Yes. So
you don't want to forget the back.
You can't forget the back.
Yeah.
So did you see the video for this?
I saw the video. It's a fairly straightforward performance video. They do cut away to her in like a loft or a warehouse of some kind, but mostly it's performance. And there's lots of smoke. It's poorly lit.
It's very poorly lit. She does a lot of like, not exactly writhing, but maybe gyrating.
I had writhing. I wrote down lots of Lita writhing on the floor.
It's like she is definitely trying to be very sexual in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's these like ice pillars.
Yes. Okay. Sure.
And I'm like, I don't know what do
those have to do with this? I don't know either.
Kiss Me Deadly because it's really cold next to this ice pillar.
Yeah, she was leaning hard into the time period's fashion, hair, and sound. Mm-hmm. I'll accept someone who thinks that this is just regular hard rock, Yeah. But she was. There was an all-female kind of hair metal band, Vixen, that I was toying with putting in here. I chose Lita over Vixen because she was a bigger deal. I thought more people would know her, but that may have been a mistake. I don't know. We'll find out. Now this song has a solo in it.
Okay.
And there's something about it. And it's the only one I can think of like this off the top of my head. Its solo is at 3:24. And the thing that makes that interesting is that the solo starts at 3:24 and ends the song. It's not like in the middle and then they come back and hit a couple more choruses.
Yeah.
it just starts and it breaks out and finishes the song. So here's that. And, I can name a couple songs that kind of go out on a wailing guitar bit. There's a bunch of Van Halen songs. But this is the only spot in it where it does that. There is no... Because it's wall-to-wall, like, verse, chorus, end solo. It's a pretty quick 3.5-minute song.
Once she got started, she couldn't stop.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if she is playing that solo or if, or if she's like, got a backing band, she's a guitarist, so I assume that's her solo.
One assumes, yeah. But I didn't look up the production of this to the point where I saw who played what on that.
Right. But anyway, and whoever played that, assuming it's her, she got some chops there. That's a good sounding song ending there. And so, Joe, what do you think, though? Do you feel like she's hair metal enough to call her hair metal, or no?
I mean, look, I will defer to you on this entirely because I'm the guy that brought "I'm the Man" and then
great
the
song.
Spinal Tap's "Big Bottom."
That's fair. Okay, you are.
So
this is closer to hair metal than those two songs, at least.
Most definitely.
I'll say that. But I don't know, Joe. Do you have anything else to say about Lita Ford, or are you ready to?
I'm all set if you are.
All right. Well, let me take a look. It is a 2 seed, which is even. That's our favorite. So it's going to be you going first, and I'll give you a couple of bongos to consider your choice.
All right.
All right, Joe. The time is now. What do you think on this last matchup of the first round?
Gotta go Dr. Feelgood on this one, Keith. From Vince Neil's voice alone, it seems more hair metal to me. How about you?
Yeah, there was a moment before we started the show where I was leaning Lita Ford, and then we kind of listened to it and we talked about it. I'm going Dr. Feelgood as well.
All right.
No offense, Lita. I thought you were pretty good, but it didn't quite make it. And now it's up to the audience to take it from here.
All right, metalheads. Sorry, hair metalheads.
That's right.
Yeah. You can find us on our Substack, which is the adsest.substack.com. Come there. Tell us how you feel about all 4 of these songs.
Yeah.
Tell us about your memories of, I don't know, making out to "I'm the Man."
Yes. I will have all 4 videos up there. So
there you go.
Enjoy
You
them
can
all.
also find us on social media by searching for the 80s Est podcast, because we're there as well.
That's right. And please, I know I get data about this. A lot of you folks seem to sit and listen on your computer on a browser. You are welcome to load us onto your phone and your podcast app for Apple Podcasts.
Take us with you.
Google Podcasts. Yeah, listen while you grocery shop. Something.
Yeah.
Drive to work. I know Alejandro listens on his commute.
Nice.
And we're also available on Spotify. That's right. So just search for the 80s-est, and you will find us. And we love when you hit buttons or say positive things about us. It helps more
Just put a smiley face on it.
That's right. Our listenership has slowly crept upward from our first episode till now. That's been great. We appreciate you guys all being a part of it.
So much.
And I love that our comments section is a super positive place. Like, people might have something bad to say about a song, but nobody goes after each other in the comments section.
Except me. I'm negative on there sometimes, but that's okay. It's just me. I'm just cranky.
Oh, man. Well, that's all for today's show. We hope you have a great weekend. Yeah. And we hope you join us next time on Monday on the 80sist, when we will attack the final 4 songs in the singers region. Joe, we're going for the singers next week. And Until then, though, on behalf of Joe Wack, this has been Keith Marsteller saying, hey, Joe, I want to tell you about a game I invented. It's called What's My Mom Watching on TV Right Now?
Oh, okay. I mean, I think I get the gist of it, but how is it played?
Well, once I was grown up and moved out of the family home, my mom and I used to have the exact same cable system for a long time. So every time I was about to call her, I'd look through my cable guide and try to guess what she would be watching, right? And I'd have Marcia guess, And then I would tune to that show and then call her. And if I heard the show in stereo, like through my TV and through my phone, then I knew I had nailed it, right? And then if I missed, I would flip to whatever Marcia guessed. And then if we were both wrong, I would just start sequentially flipping channels until I hit what she was listening to. And then we, gathered data on what my mom listened to. Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun. Was there a pattern to what she watched?
Absolutely, Joe. And that pattern continues to this day. And that is folksy mysteries. Except for that year or so in the 90s when it was always the OJ trial every time I called.
Of course.
Yes.
So folksy murder mysteries that an older lady might love.
Yeah.
All right. Let me guess a couple.
Yeah.
Diagnosis Murder, the Father Dowling mysteries.
Check and check plus. Those are actually her numbers 3 and 2.
I thought so.
But her number one show of all time was, do you want to guess another one?
Well, Keith, it's got to be the folksiest murder show in the history of television, Murder, She Wrote, starring the great Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher, a fiction writer who solved every mystery in Cabot Cove, Maine.
Yes, that's exactly right, Joe. Now, I did a little digging, and given that Cabot Cove had a population of 3,560 people at the time, at the beginning of the series anyway, and 60 murders happened within the city limits of Cabot Cove over 12 years. That's an average of 5 murders per year, which is a significantly high number for that small of a town.
Cabot Cove's murder rate is, what would that be? 0.14%. That's 1 out of every 7 people in town, or 700 people in town off per year.
Wow.
I mean, look, Chicago is, 0.003%, or 1 out of 3,300. It's nearly 5 times safer to live in Chicago.
Wow, you do math so fast. I'm so impressed.
It's pretty impressive.
So, check it out, Joe. Jessica Fletcher cleared 274 murder cases around the globe in 12 years with a solve rate of 100%, clearing approximately 23 murders every year.
Most NYPD detectives clear half that number in 30-year careers if they're lucky.
Wow, what great writing they had on that show.
Boy, howdy.
Oh, Murder, She Wrote. We love ya. Love you, Mom. Do you remember this one?
I do. This sounds hauntingly like the Newhart theme.
Oh. All right, I checked, and John Addison wrote Murder, She Wrote theme, so it's not the same composer. But I feel what you're saying. There's like...
It has a very similar feel.
Yeah. Which, again, both themes for New England town-based shows, folksy type shows.
One more deadly.
Were you a Murder, She Wrote viewer? Have you ever seen an episode?
I mean, I had grandparents. Yes, of course.
Yes, exactly.
I saw some Murder, She Wrote.
Same here. because my mom, when she was mom-aged and not grandma-aged, already loved the show. The stage was set for all of... Now she watches BritBox and watches all the folksy murder shows that England has ever cranked out in the past 40 years.
That's a lot.
That's a
lot of folksy murder.
Oh, well, thanks for helping me with all those crime statistics, Joe. That was great. And we'll see you on Monday, Joe. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too.